Yeah. Now we can do it, I suppose. So now you can see the fellow is on already. So now we start recording already. Okay, right. Okay, no problem. So I think it's okay lah. It doesn't mean that we can't joke or we can't laugh in the class. Definitely we can. So don't worry too much about it. Because if you keep thinking about the thing, then you won't be able to speak freely in the class. Jokes are not a problem actually. So far I've been joking. Nobody told me anything about joking in the class or whatever. If you don't joke, I think the class will be too serious. And I think the level 2 class is more full of jokes. And you can see the teacher laughing and laughing and laughing down there. And you are from level 2 class, I think. But later on, I think there's another student from level 2. I don't know whether you know this person or not. You must know How Bin. Is it How Bin? You know How Bin? Yeah, Wong How Bin. How is he? Can you speak? Can you speak English? A bit only. So why they are sending him to level 3? I don't get it.
He's willing to speak.
Oh, he's willing to speak.
Yeah, he's willing.
Okay.
He loves to travel.
Oh, then it's okay lah. Probably if he's willing to speak, then I don't mind speaking to him because we have two view, Zhang Chenming and also this Wong Hao Bin. It says here upgraded student. Okay, let's go back to the Amazon. All right. So of course, first question that we need to ask is, do you guys know where this Amazon rainforest actually is? Very good. The Amazon rainforest is actually in South America. Let's ask Sean, where exactly in South America? Very good. So Brazil has got the largest portion of the forest, but the forest also goes into or spreads into other countries also. Besides Brazil, you have another 6 or 7 countries which are bordering the forest also. So they also have this forest together with Brazil, but the whole part of it is actually situated in Brazil or located in Brazil. All right. So we have done question number 1. What do you know about the Amazon rainforest? Of course, it is called the Amazon rainforest. Why? Because it receives a lot of rainfall. Because it receives a lot of rainfall, that's why they call it a rainforest. Malaysia's forest also we call rainforest also. Why? Because there's rain every time in the forest. So we call it the rainforest.
The Malaysian rainforest is the oldest one.
What one?
Malaysia rainforest is the oldest one.
Oldest one in history, or that I'm not sure about that unless we go and check whether it's the Amazon, whether it's the Malaysian rainforest or what. I'm not very sure about this, to be very honest with you. All right. And so you see, they also call it Amazon rainforest because it is very popular, it's very famous among the Westerners, especially among the British people, Europeans and Americans and all that. Why? These people like to go and do a lot of research in the forest because until now they are still finding, like things in the forest which can help mankind. Like, for example, in this huge forest, there can be a lots of plants or trees or roots or anything that can be of medical value, because before we go into the text, we also know that in this Amazon rainforest, there are actually people living inside it. They call them indigenous people. Same like if you go up to Cameron Islands or you go up to Genting Islands, you can see on the way going up, these people got some old small houses on the roadside. And then in Johor also they have, I think they call them the Orang Asli. They call them the Orang Asli. These Orang Asli are the native people or the indigenous people. But the problem with the Amazon rainforest is that there is a group of indigenous people which call themselves the Yanomami tribe. This Yanomami tribe actually have never come out of the forest at all. They don't know that we are all existing outside. They don't know that we drive cars, we have aeroplanes flying in the air. They don't know anything about science. Some of them have never come in touch with other human beings outside the rainforest. So they are like, in Malay, they call like Jakun, like that. I have never seen anything. They have never seen anything. And our scientists and researchers also, they actually don't want to go and disturb them. Why? Because scientists are selfish. Why are they selfish? Because they want to do research on a group, thinking that to find out how early humans actually lived and all those things, how these people are living without having any touch with the modern world. So that is the reason why they are not going into the forest and trying to introduce that we all wear clothes and all that. They just wear banana leaves and all that. They're not wearing clothes, right? So that is the reason why they are keeping them for research. Preserve them. Preserve them like preserving an old building in Malacca or something like that. Yeah, that's what they are doing to them. All right. So, but of course, it's not fair. It's not fair to them. But they also don't want to come out. They also don't want to come out. They prefer their life down there. They actually prefer their life down there. And let's go to question number 3, which is quite important. It says, is protecting the environment important to you? All right. Of course, for some people, they say, who cares? It's not my problem or something like that. This one government problem, not my problem. What? But the actual fact is that protecting the environment is important, not only to you, not only to me, to everyone in this world. Why? We only have one Earth. We only have one Earth which people can live. If you look at Mars and Jupiter and all the other planets, the 9 planets on Earth, what do you find? It's barren. It's nothing there. But we don't know because scientists are not sure yet. But probably even yesterday I was hearing it while I was driving my car, I was listening to BBC. So BBC is saying that, funny, but I can't try and figure out how this one works. They are saying on Jupiter, on the planet of Jupiter, there is ice on top of Jupiter about a few kilometers thick. And below that, there is ocean. Ocean, that means there's water underneath that. And below that, there is rock. So this is what the surface of Jupiter is all about. The scientists are saying, British researchers are trying to say. All right. But of course, unless we send somebody or send same like what we are doing in Mars, the Mars rover or what, then probably we'll be able to find out whether it is true. Why the water remain as ice? Because it's quite far away from the sun. That's what the explanation yesterday when I was hearing. All right. Jupiter is on this side, Mars is over this side. Earth is in the center. So what happens is that Earth, Mars, and all that get a lot of sunlight, so they are very hot. But the Jupiter guy is further on that side of that solar system. So that is the reason sunlight doesn't reach the floor. So the ice is still frozen. The water is still frozen on Jupiter. But if you dig inside, you will get the water. But you just take the ice and make it into water, also good enough. No need to go down. Why you want to go down? Yes, the weather may be too cold or too drastic for humans to live or something like that. But of course, the most important thing you need is oxygen up there. If there's no oxygen, you can't live also. No choice. But you see, they are planning to do a lot of things on the moon. Or did you read about the news this morning and yesterday night? There was one important news. Maybe I can share with you guys. This China guy, of course, I can't say China guy. Both of you are Chinese here, then you might get angry with me. China guy, what I mean is China, the country China. The country China, nowadays it has been off and on, is that being having some problem with America. Yes, he got it. Very good boy. So the balloon flying over. You see, my question is, China is claiming that it floated and then accidentally went over there. How did it go all the way from China to America in the first place? It must have been released over America from somewhere. Oh, there is a hot air balloon which is flying over America and it flew over the Pentagon. You know what's the Pentagon? The Pentagon is the defense department of America. So they are not happy about that. The Americans are not happy about that. And this guy, Blinken, Blinken means the Anthony Blinken, the Secretary of State, is supposed to go to China today. So he stopped it. He said, I'm not going to go to China because of this issue. All right, can see. Because he knows, probably because he does the reporting. Isn't it? So he does reporting. So you see, I can't bluff. So whenever he's there, I got to be careful.
not just a normal balloon.
Ah.
Civilians.
Surveillance, yeah, it's a spying balloon. It's a spying and surveillance is safe. That means it's monitoring what is happening in the US. All right. So actually,
I think it's fly over Montana.
flying over Montana and all that.
Nuclear weapon.
Nuclear weapons area and all. You see, Montana is where the Nevada desert is. So the Nevada desert, they also have an air base and then they have the nuclear station down there. The area what? Area, maybe I'm not very sure. Probably, probably you're correct or what? So you see, actually they wanted to shoot it down, but probably instead of shoot it down, they should bring it down to find out what is it. What is it? If there's a camera inside or what, remove the camera. That's all. Right or not? So that is what they should done. They should do, because shooting it, but possible. They said they are afraid because there are residential areas and all that. So they simply don't want to shoot a missile from the Pentagon or something like that. So that is a problem. So you see, China, but this one you can't help it because recently the Americans were allowed to have bases in the Philippines. So China straight away, it decided to, give its response. It said that this is not the right thing for the Americans to do, and it was chiding the Philippines for allowing the Americans to go back again. To see, these bases were there 20 years ago. During when the Marcos time, this one now the son. When the father was there, President Marcos was there. At that time, American bases were completely working in the Philippines. That means China, now American bases go back again there. They want to monitor the South China Sea. It's easier for them already. So that is why they wanted the bases in Philippines. Previous president didn't allow. But now the present president allows that. China is very upset. China is very upset about that because, but you see, what China is claiming also is completely a difficult thing for other countries to swallow. You see, you have the Philippines there, you have Sabah Sarawak there, we have Vietnam there. He says the whole of the word there, South China Sea, means belong to me. How can you say that? Because in geography and also in history, not only that, in international law, I think he knows what is international law. International law means the airspace in your country and the sea about 200 kilometers around your country belongs to that particular country. So how can he claim that the whole of the South China Sea belongs to him? That's not the right thing to do. Japan is making noise because there are some Japanese islands down there that China is also claiming. There's overlap claims now. On the northern side, Russia is claiming some islands, Shenzoku or something like that. Russia is saying this island belongs to me, and that fellow is giving a Russian name for the island. So the world is totally like not in peace.
But the US has a law that said
the UN is a body which is ineffective. How come Russia can attack Ukraine if there's a powerful UN? Stupid, right? The UN is just a puppet. Why? Because who gives the more money, the fellow will support the fellow. Why? America is the biggest donor for the United Nations. Without the Americans, the UN is not going to survive. The building in the United Nations is in New York, right? That one is run by America. America provides the funds for the whole building. Isn't it not? So this is the problem with the United Nations. The United Nations must have their own president, own power, own thing to regulate the whole world. Then only possible, right? Then only you see, like who is going to prevent? Why nobody there to prevent Russia from attacking Ukraine? Don't you think it's a very disgraceful thing to kill pregnant women, bomb a maternity hospital that women are pregnant down there, kill children, attack kindergartens? It's not a good thing to do, isn't it? Apartment buildings you see are destroyed in the CNN pictures, videos that they show. They're sending missiles to attack apartments. That's a wrong thing to do. Totally wrong thing to do. In a war, you should not kill innocent people. You should only go after the soldiers and go after military installations. That is what they say in a war. But this fellow is going, all the UN Charter and everything is going against it. Yes. And he's doing what? He's threatening nuclear power. You send more tanks and missiles, I'm going to use nuclear power. Using the nuclear power is a threat. But of course, America is also not so stupid and waiting for you to attack with nuclear power, you see. That is the reason why this China fella is spying whether the fella getting ready is nuclear power or not. So this, okay, right, let's not talk about this because everything is being recorded now. I'm sorry, boss. Okay, right.
The sound,
Yeah.
just edit
No, it's recorded, let it recorded. Let they all know that I'm a bit of, I love all these current issues and politics and all that. I get very energized, but at home I cannot talk. She'll chase me away. She said, you go and talk somewhere else. You go to your class and talk. You don't come and talk. Huh? Then I talk to whom? Talk alone. They think I'm self. Okay, right. This one no end in talking lah because he is also he knows about news and all those things because these are all world issues and world politics. Because countries must sit down amicably and come to a proper decision if you want to save the earth. Look at the climate change.
I think
Yes. Yes, Democrats and this type of countries, which is China, what he says is correct because now democracy is being affected. Who is the fellow who started this? Donald Trump. Why? He wanted America, he wanted to rule America like as though he's a dictator. He don't want to give in to election and all those things. That is why he wanted to downfall democracy in America in the first place. He refused to give the post to this guy, what is it, Biden? Refused to give it to Biden for so many days, saying that he won the election. What nonsense is it? You lose, say you lose. Why you become a sore loser like that? All right, and nobody even likes him in the first place.
There's a Japanese guy that there might be a war after this because everyone is wanting for water or food.
Yeah, possible. Yeah, but that basic necessities are something we all. That's why people are fighting for.
Yeah, because everyone is fighting.
Fighting for water and food and all those things. Because if let's say one country controls all the water, you see, Singapore depends on water on Malaysia. What if Malaysia decides to cut off the water? Singapore will talk big that they have an agreement until 2061 or something like that. Until 2061, we are supposed to supply water at 5 cents to Singapore or 4 cents, I don't know how many cents. And we are buying at 45 cents or 55 cents. Stupid Joe. All right? And we have to pay for the filter. Why you don't know how to filter or clean the water? Why you make an agreement in those days in such a way where you can go to so many years, 100 years and 200 years like that? Right or not? You should have thought about the future that you cannot make an agreement which is 100 years old. They are very smart. And they even took away the small island, the lighthouse and all that. They took away that pulau already. So you see?
The white.
The something they call it in Singapore. Pulau Batu Putih, very good. Petra Branca. Petra Branca or something like that. Hey, strategy. Yes, once you have a piece of land, the sea around it is yours.
Is it?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about, international law. That is why they fight for that place. Because all around the certain area, kilometers belong to them already. So that is why they want that rock, even though it is rock. All right. But anyway, Johor got, Malaysia got another one just beside it. I don't know what shoal or something like that. So they have that one already. So let's carry on with our, you see, our thing. I think nearly 26 minutes we were talking about something else already. Oh my God. I think if there have to be a girl student in the class, she'll be scratching her head at what? These the two guys are talking. Okay, right. Let's continue. I think later we'll do the vocab. So now we just go and do the reading first. All right. Unfortunately, we have 5 paragraphs. So it's quite difficult to divide this among the both of you. So what we do is we just take turns. All right. That means maybe you read first, then probably he can read it next. And then you go to the next one or something like that. So let's start from you.
The Amazon rainforest is an enormous tropical forest that covers more than 2.1 million square miles, 5.4 million square kilometers of South America. The largest portion of the rainforest is located in Brazil, but it also extends into Peru, Colombia, Venezuela,
Ecuador,
Bolivia, Guyana,
Guyana,
Suriname, and French Guyana. This vast forest contains the Amazon River, which is the second long river in the world after the Nile.
Yeah, Amazon rainforest makes up more than half of the rainforest.
Right.
It's also the most 320 million trees, which represent 16,000 species. Most species of birds, plants, mammals, and fish live there, everywhere else.
Good. You?
I have
Yeah,
I
sure.
have to fade out the bracket.
It's up to you. Like if you want to say that's not a problem. You just carry on with whatever you feel comfortable.
This rainforest is particularly interesting from a climate perspective. Without it, global temperature will rise and rainfall patterns will dramatically change, perhaps making Earth uninhabitable.
Right.
Furthermore, the trees of the Amazon are necessary for clean air because they filter out the carbon dioxide that humans produce and release oxygen for us to breathe. Unfortunately, due to deforestation, the Amazon rainforest has been disappearing over the years. Because the overplantation of trees for lumber is so lucrative, big companies are reluctant to put a stop to the industry, even though it is harming the planet, despite the fact that laws protect 44% of the rainforest, more than 310,000 square miles, 800 square kilometers, have been lost since 1970. Many,
Oh, he loves reading.
You can read as well.
Okay, right.
Many endangered species live in the Amazon,
Right.
including giant otters,
Mm-hmm.
South American
Tapir, yeah.
tapir,
Oh,
a rare boots,
mammal.
mammal,
Mm.
and various types of monkeys and birds.
Mm-hmm.
If the habitat of these species disappear, they will not be able to survive. The Amazon is also important to the field of humanity. While the 6.5% of Amazonian land species have been studied by modern scientists for medicinal purposes. The indigenous people of the Amazon have been extracting chemicals from Amazonian plants for
Yeah.
nurturing. It's possible that the Amazonian plants could be used to cure some of the worst remaining diseases.
finally, the Amazon rainforest is important because it brings eco-tourists to South America countries, which boost their economies. Visitors can boat down the Amazon River, accompanied by knowledgeable native guides, and explore the world with the wonders of these beautiful regions without negatively impacting.
Okay, very good. But before I go and check this, I want to confirm something. The pronunciation of this word, which is Plangs. You see, some of us may pronounce it the American way, and some may pronounce it the British pronunciation. Now I'm going to play the British pronunciation.
Plant.
All right. Hold on, one more time.
Plant.
So you see, so the pronunciation for British pronunciation is plants. All right, plants. But remember, this word plants got two meanings. All right, one is of course, is the pokok, the one you plant, the flower plant and all that you plant. Another plant is also a factory, is also called a plant. Water purification plant. All right, nuclear power plant or something like that. So that is also a plant, not necessarily only this one. But let's see the American pronunciation, whether they say it as plants or not. I changed this to American, and then let's have a look. See, this one is a bit different. This one becomes plants. All right, so that is the difference in the pronunciation. See, because just now I heard him saying it as plants. So that's why I wanted to check whether I am right or he is right. All right, yeah, because no, we have to check it because I don't know, you are a reporter, so probably, because the Singapore news readers, on Channel News Asia, yes, they normally go for the American pronunciation rather than the British. Rather than the British. Plants, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So that is how. But I noticed that always, who is this? I don't know why nowadays suddenly we have all the old the newscasters coming back again. I heard I used to hear Otella Edwards back again, and then the other one, what's her name? I forgot her name already. The lips is quite long like that. What's her name? No. It's a Christian name. One, the tall one is Otella Edwards. I know her. But the other one is, what is her name? I forgot already. But early the morning, always at 7 a.m., I used to listen to this, what is her name? The two girls, what are they? Two Chinese girls always together. CNN? You don't listen? Okay, right, never mind. I thought that you read the article only. Oh, you don't bother about who the news readers are. Okay, right. Yeah, of course, right. I think one of it is something Liu or whatever it is. I forgot the Christian names. All right. Because I always analyze their speaking and all that and see whether pronunciation and all those things. They are all American style. So whenever they speak, everything is like American pronunciation and all that. So it's unlike, yes? But this depends when you're going for a speaking test. Then only they will see how your pronunciation actually is. Otherwise, your pronunciation is not affected. Whether you talk American slang or whether you are British accent or what, it doesn't matter. Yeah, whatever style you can do it, no issues at all. So let's go back here. It says the Amazon rainforest is an enormous means very big, very huge, very large or something like that. Tropical forest that covers more than 2.1 million square miles, which is about 5.4 million square kilometers. You can see how big it is. All right, of South America. And the largest portion of the rainforest is located means situated in Brazil. But it also extends into Peru. That means it goes into Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Bolivia, Guyana, Suriname, and also French Guyana. And this vast forest, again, you have the word vast. Vast also means big again. This vast forest contains the Amazon River, which is the second longest river in the world, only after the River Nile. All right. So you might ask, teacher, first is Nile, second is the Amazon. Which one is the third? The third is in America, which is the Mississippi. The Mississippi is the third longest in the world. And after that, you have other long rivers in other countries also. China, I think, got another long river there, Yangtze Kiang or something like that. India got the river Ganges. Of course, in Sarawak also got one long river down there. And Malaysia also, I think Sungai Pahang or something like that is quite long. All right. So many other countries, even Switzerland also got very long rivers and waterfalls and all those things. Africa also got very long rivers and the river Congo. The Congo River is very long also. So that one is also quite a long river. So let's go back. The Amazon rainforest makes up more than half of the remaining rainforest land in our planet. What does it mean? Let's say in the whole of the earth, we have 100% forest. 50% lies in Brazil. That's what they're trying to tell you. The other 50% lies in other parts of the world. That is what they're trying to tell you here. Easy to understand. It is also the most biodiverse ecosystem. Biodiverse means it has got a variety of many different types of trees, plants, animals, and all that. So that is what they're trying to tell you here. Biodiverse ecosystem in the world and contains 390 billion trees, which represent about 16,000 species. That means 16,000 different types of trees. All right, so that's what they're trying to tell you. And most species of birds, plants, mammals, and fish live here than anywhere else on Earth. All right, if you're looking for wildlife, then that's where you need to go.
What is the difference between biodiversity?
Species means the particular species, like tiger family. There are different species, right? There are leopards, this, that, and all that. So the species is different. So trees also all same trees, right? So they are different species. So that is what they use the different biodiverse means a lot of things available there. The forest, a lot of forest species mean one particular thing or different, like the monkeys. If you go to the Amazon, Malaysia maybe have only 2 or 3 or 4 types of monkeys, but the Amazon may have 10 or 20 types of different types of monkeys. That's what they mean by the species. Fish also different type of species. Fish, everything is fish one. You catch in the sea, every fish also we eat one. But Chinese eat different fish, Malaysians eat different fish and all those things, right? But it's still a fish family. So that's what they mean by species. Okay, right, let's continue. This rainforest is particularly interesting from a climatic perspective. That means if you view the rainforest importance is more on a climate perspective. Why? If you don't have the rainforest, the earth is gone. Oxygen levels will drop. You will have problems with the climate. That's why they say it is got a very strong thing with the climate. All right. Without you know very well that forest is there, to give us oxygen, to absorb the carbon dioxide and all that. Rain is also part of the forest. Without forest, without trees, you won't get rain also. The rainfall wouldn't be that. All right. So that is the reason why they consider it as a very, very important from a climatic perspective. Without it, global temperatures would rise and rainfall patterns would dramatically change, perhaps making Earth uninhabitable. Uninhabitable means it'll become like Mars where nobody can live on it. All right. And furthermore, the trees of the Amazon are necessary for clean air. Why? Because they filter out the carbon dioxide that humans produce and release oxygen for us to breathe. So you see, it's good to have trees in your housing area or whatever it is. Otherwise, that's where the air can become dirty. The air can become dirty actually. All right. And then where were we? Yes. And filter out the carbon dioxide that humans produce and release oxygen for us to breathe. Unfortunately, due to what? Due to deforestation, the Amazon rainforest has been disappearing over the years. And because the exportation of trees for lumber is so lucrative. Lumber means the wood. The wood, you see the lorry is carrying the round thing, the whole big thing. The tree trunk, that is called lumber. Another word for lumber is timber, Timber. Another word is timber. It's so lucrative. Lucrative means what? Can make a lot of money. That is lucrative. And big companies are reluctant. Reluctant means they are not happy to put a stop. All right. They are not happy to put a stop to the industry, even though it is harming the planet. All right. And despite the fact that laws protect 44% of the rainforest, more than 310,000 square miles or 800,000 square kilometers have been lost since 1970. You see, I think recently there was an election in Brazil last year. All right. The former president of Brazil, his name was Bolsonaro. He has now run away to America and he's asking for asylum for another 6 months to live in America. But the present president, Lulu, of course, is waiting for this fellow to come back because they want to charge him. Why? The forestries, part of it is because of this president. He allowed all the companies to churi from there and he gets a commission out of it. So the own president of the country is stealing from the own country. All right. So this is a bad thing. So they want to put a stop to it. And finally, he lost the election. And that also don't want to give up because caused all the riots to happen in Brazil, in where is that place? In Rio de Janeiro and all that. All right. The capital of Brazil. Okay. Right. And the next one. Many endangered species live in the Amazon, including giant otters. If you don't know what's an otter, you go to Singapore, what bay, Gardens of the Bay or something like that. They are having all the otters down there. You can see documentary also. The fella can jump into the water, eat all the fish in the water, come out, and he likes to block the river. His hobby is to do that. And then you'll swim in that area where it's already blocked the water. These otters are very, very good in doing that. All right. But farmers are not happy with otters. In last time in America, they shot all the otters. Why? It caused floods for the farms. It caused floods by blocking the water, and then the water level goes up and then cause flood in the farm area. So they got angry, they went and shot all the otters out of the river already. All right. So the next one, let's continue. So many endangered species live in the Amazon, including giant otters and the South American tapir. You know, in Malaysia also we have this tapir. The body white color, the trunk there only white color. That's called the tapir. You go to zoo, you can see. I think Johor Zoo also got. They have the tapir, but this one, South American one, is different. You don't find the white thing there. It is a rare hoofed mammal and various types of monkeys and birds. And if the habitat of this species disappears, they will not be able to survive. Why? The other animals will not be able to survive also. The Amazon is also important to the field of medicine. While only 0.5% of Amazonian plant species have been studied by modern scientists for medicinal purposes, the indigenous people of the Amazon have been extracting chemicals. That means they've been taking chemicals from the Amazonian plants for centuries. You see, these guys, the Yanomami tribe, they have been living in the jungle for so many years. They never go and see a doctor. They how to deliver baby. They never go and do cesarean section or C-section or whatever it is. They get cancer. They never go and see cancer specialist, oncologist. They have heart attack. They never go and see any heart specialist. So how the hell are they living in the jungle without any medical help? The trees and the forest provide them with all the medical facilities. Right? They know what to take and what to eat and what to use. Right or not? Same like Chinese medicine sensei. You go there, you'll tell you, okay, your body is hot already. So the yin and the yang is not good in your body. The blood will tell you. No, go back home, ask your mommy to bomb the thing, put in the water, boil for a few hours, drink the water, then everything will okay, the blood will tell you. See, because come from China, all the herbs and all that. Because they take it from the jungle, because ancient people have known how to live with all these things. That's where all this ancient medicine comes from. So modern medicine is trying to learn all this medication, and they are turning them into the modern pills that we now have. That's all. So you take the original one, is better rather than taking the doctor giving you one. Right. That is what they're trying to tell you here. Okay, right. Let's continue. While only 0.5% of Amazonian plant species have been studied by modern scientists for medicinal purposes, the indigenous people of the Amazon have been extracting chemicals from Amazonian plants for centuries. So 1 century is 100 years. So we don't know for how many centuries they've been doing that. All right. It is possible that the Amazonian plants could be used to cure some of the world's remaining diseases, especially HIV, cancer, isn't it? All these things, malaria, TB, all these dangerous diseases, now COVID. All right. And last paragraph before we go to the answering. Finally, the Amazon rainforest is important. Why? Because it brings ecotourism to South American countries, which boosts their economies. Visitors can boat down the Amazon River, accompanied by knowledgeable native guides, and explore the wonders of this beautiful region without negatively impacting it. Are there any problems with any of the words, guys? Because there are many interesting words down here. Do you think that there's anything that probably you want to ask? No, sure. No. Okay, very good. Then shall we go to the front part? All right. So you want to have time to do this, or you have done it already? Oh, looks like you have done already. Very good. What about you? Nothing. No, the front part. The vocabulary. We try to do that one first. Can? We try and do that one first. First one is biodiverse. No, I think you got it upside down. So what is number 2 then? Upside down. So biodiverse is H, having a variety of plant and animal life. That is biodiverse. Biodiversity. That means there are so many different plants and so many different animals. All right. But species means is D, a group of animals or plants with common characteristics. The plants or the animals have the same common characteristics. So that is called species. All right. Tiger family. Every time they attack, lion, tiger, leopard, puma, jaguar, what they do? They attack. They attack other prey for food. So you see common characteristics they have. All right. Monkeys jump in the trees. Isn't it? So this is what they mean by they have the common characteristics. So that's why they are called the same species. All right. And perspective. Yeah, very good. A particular way of looking at something. And now let's go look at number 4. Uninhabitable. Yeah, B, not possible to live in. Very good. That's correct. And what about the next one? Filter. Yeah, A, to remove impurities. And then you have number 6, deforestation. L, yeah, the act of cutting down trees. And then after that, you have lumber. C, yes, wood used for building. After that, you have number 8, lucrative. G, yes, profitable, can make a lot of money. All right. And after lucrative, you have reluctant. Yes, not wanting to do something. You're not happy, say, no, I'm so sorry, I can't do this. All right, you are reluctant. And number 10, endangered. Yeah, J, at risk of extinction or disappearing. And then your habitat, number 11. I, correct again. The natural home of an animal or a plant is the habitat. And number 12, last one, ecotourism. Yes, of course, F, the act of traveling to natural environments without causing damage to them. That is ecotourism. So you see, Brazil allows visitors to visit the Amazon jungle. Some of them might spoil the jungle, some of them, but normally they go with the guides and all that. So there is actually no chance to do anything like that. Let us just read this one for a while. The extra information you see there, I forgot that one just now. It tells you plants and animals are not the only living creatures that inhabit the Amazon rainforest. What else you have? You have the Yanomami tribe with more than 35,000 members, is the largest surviving group of indigenous people in the region. The Yanomami grow fruits and vegetables. They wear clothing made out of natural materials and live in communal homes. Communal homes means the long house, like in Sabah, Sarawak, you go all the one whole family living in one whole long house like that. And they wear clothing made out of natural materials and live in communal homes made of bamboo and also banana leaves. And some members of the tribe have never made contact with outsiders. No contact with outsiders at all. They are living in their own world. You see, if you have done Bahasa Malaysia in school, you might have done one peribahasa sebagai kata di bawah tempurung. The frog always under the coconut shell and never come out of his world. It's just make noise, quack, quack, quack when it rains.
Also similar phrases in
Yes.
Chinese.
Chinese also got. Yes.
Living in the well.
In the well. It never came out of the well because it is, doomed inside there only. Don't know what is on top, outside. So that is how actually these people are. They don't know anything. Okay, very good. Now let's go to the. Do you need time for the true and false or done already? He's because sitting outside for so long just now, so he got no other work to do, so he did everything. It's okay. We just give him 1 or 2 minutes to carry on with it. Otherwise, unfair. He's going to complain. I said, the louse no good. No, I'm just joking. I like to play the fool with you. Yes, yes. Okay, very good. Now he has run away already. So we got to wait for him. Yeah, you can do the other things. Very good, very good. Because he will tell you the same story that I finished it.
Is it lumbar or lumbar?
Lumbar. Mm. Lumbar is different. The bone at the back is lumbar. Ah, that is your lumbar. Yes. Okay. After you left, he's waiting for you to come back already. So let's start. It's okay, no problem. So let's start. It says the Amazon rainforest is located entirely in Brazil. So this one is, of course, false, because it has got the other 6 or 7 countries with it. And it contains the longest river in the world. Of course, false again. It contains 390 billion trees. Yes, it's very true. It is disappearing due to the lumber industry. Yes, very true again. And number 5, provides a habitat for giant otters. Yes, very true. And number 6, is home to South American tapirs, which are a species of bird. Of course, it is false, because a tapir is an animal, it's not a bird. And number 7, it contains plants that can be used for medicine. Yes, very true again. And the last one, it does not attract any tourists. Of course, it is false, because a lot of people actually visit the Amazon. All right. Now, shall we try your ask and answer, Ken? Okay, good. Let's try it. And then it tells you why. First one, have you done this already or not yet? You have done. So how about, he's smiling already. So what time do we stop the class? 15:30, yeah. Or 3:30, yeah. Then we still got time, still got a lot of time. It's okay. Give him 5 minutes to have a look at it. Yeah, because I want you to construct the sentence.
The weather is going insane.
Come again?
The weather is going insane.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a bit too cold already.
During this time of the season, it's
Then
it's rainy now.
Yes, you're right. You see, the reading pace will go with your pronunciation. Unless your pronunciation is smooth, then reading pace will follow. It is nothing to say that is my reading pace good. No, it depends on your pronunciation whether it's good or not. If you can pronounce words very well, you can read very fast without any mistakes. Which one? I think it's you always been reading properly, right? So no problem with your reading. Why you simply suspect everything is wrong with you suddenly?
Yes.
So don't feel that way. Don't feel negative. You seem to be too engrossed in your. Let me try and put it. You see, the more you feel negative, am I doing this? Am I right? Am I doing this? You are like striving for perfection. So let it go as it goes. You will see the improvement on your own. If you go and like emphasize too much on the thing, then probably you will like you're putting too much of, because you're still a young boy, right or not? You're still a young boy. So of course, if you do very badly in examination, that is got nothing to do with this, because that has got something to do with you're not learning the syllabus. No, the school syllabus is something different from here. We are not doing Form 5 material or whatever it is down there. Here we are doing language studies only. So if you go to tuition class, then that will concentrate on your work. So what type of format is done in SPM or whatever it is or something like that. That's what they will do there. Yeah, it's good. It's good because that's why I choose this type of things, because of the vocabulary. That's why I keep asking you all, do you understand the whole passage? Because if you want more vocab, a teacher can try and always come up with lots of vocabulary. That is the reason why we have levels, right? That's why level 2, level 3 and all that. Because level 3, the lesson plan will be entirely different from level 2. If you bring this here and go to the level 2 student, probably won't be able to read the text also. So once they know that you're suitable, you are able to be upgraded, then only you are upgraded. Otherwise, you will remain in level 2 or 1. Isn't it? That's how it works. Don't worry about it. All right?
More because outside of this tuitions, like they just give direct translates Chinese words.
Chinese words. Oh, okay.
But here it's like I learned a certain vocab by knowing the English terms of it.
Of course, that's what you are in the English center for. If that, it will be Chinese and English. You see, I've always noticed some centers, they prefer teachers who can speak Mandarin. For me and for my boss here in Touch Learning, that is wrong. Why? Because the student will have a tendency to question the teacher always in Mandarin. So you're going to improve in your Mandarin rather than speak to the teacher in English. So you must learn how to speak to the teacher in English rather than asking question in Mandarin. So I'm never happy with a center that puts there, you must be good in Mandarin because we have Chinese students in the class. That's bad. That's bad. You see, you can notice in Touch Learning, ever since the time you come, I've been here for the past 9 years. Now only I've seen 2 Chinese teachers in the center. That is also because their English is very good, extremely good. That's why they are here in the center. I think they are doing, one is doing online and the other one is in Austin. All right. I think one is called Peggy and the other one is called Lala or something like that. The teacher's name. Yeah. So yeah. But don't tell her in front of it, because she's a very, very nice, friendly and loving person.
This recording doesn't reach her, right?
Of course it might. So it might, you might be in trouble now. Okay, right. Okay, done. Okay, let's try the first question and see whether you guys can get it or not. All right? I think you cannot. Both of you will give me the wrong answer. Only for question number 1. You see, I asked you to try first. Yeah, okay, right. Why are mesonon traits important for our planet? No. Anyone can answer. You or he also can answer. Anybody. Okay, right.
The Amazonian trees are important for the planet because without Amazonian tree, our Earth global
right. Yeah, very good. I won't say your answer is wrong. You're going to give me a very long lecture now, telling me all those things, the trees are there, this, that, and all that. What about you? What's your answer?
Amazon trees are important for our planet, but fresh oxygen for us.
See, he also says all sorts of things, right? Okay, very simple. Now, do you agree with me if I give you the correct answer? Look at paragraph number 3. All right, look at paragraph number 3. Can you see the first sentence in paragraph number 3? This rainforest is particularly interesting from a climatic perspective. That's the answer. Correct. Simple, right? So when you hunt, you get the answer actually. All right. So why are Amazonian trees important? They are important in the climatic perspective or from a climatic perspective. So very simple. That's how you get the words together and get your answer. Simple. Let's try question number 2. Why the rest of them very easy? Why do lumber companies continue to cut down trees in the Amazon? Hmm. Yeah, so because you can also say the exportation of trees for lumber is so lucrative. Of course, lucrative means profitable. Lucrative means profitable also. Okay, no problem. Either way also can. Number 3, what is the benefit of ecotourism? I thought this one is the last paragraph. Hmm. Very good. Boost ecotourism, boost the economies of South American countries. That is the benefit. Number 4. Why might some Amazonian plants be important? So you start with some Amazonian plants can be important for what? Or they are important for what? Hmm.
Because they might use here some work made.
Okay, right. Instead of saying long story, it's better to cut it short. They are important due to their medicinal properties or medicinal purposes. So that is what you can make it shorter. You see, it tells you that Amazonian plants have been studied by modern scientists for medicinal purposes. Okay, right. And let's try number 5, right? How much of the Amazon rainforest has been lost since 1970, guys?
More than 310,000
Yes.
square miles of the Amazon rainforest has been lost.
Very good. Okay, you can start off with the number also, no problem. You can go the other way, or you can even start answering the question this way. This is the tactic that you must always know, because when you answer a question, not necessarily you must go and like, what is your name? My name is blah, 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 like that. So what you can do, you can always start with the answer first and then finish off with the other part of the sentence. So that way also comprehension is also can, no problem at all. So they ask you how much, so you give the figure first. So you say 310,000 square miles of the Amazon rainforest has been lost since 1970. Or you can say since 1970, around 310,000 square miles of the forest have been lost. See, that way also can. That is how you answer question. Last one. Who are the Yanomami people? Yes, very good. So you can say that the Yanomami are the largest surviving group of indigenous people in the region. That is better. Of course, they are tribes, but the direct answer is they are the largest surviving group of indigenous people in the region. That is the direct answer for it. Okay, good. So we have covered this. Now let's go to the next page. Now you have a look at this one, number 1 to number 6. So don't tell me you have done that also. This guy becoming an expert. All right. Let me remove all this.
Because I'm having a English test.
No. Yesterday, you're having English test. Yeah. Oh, yesterday, the student wanted to learn some grammar from me. So I had to go all this grammar stuff for them. Okay, right. I'm going to go do a class with a student who's already in the UK. Last time I was doing China and Penang and where else did I go with the student? A few other places. They what KL, Klang La, and Penang La. Now suddenly this one is from UK.
But how is it if he's
Yeah, I have to start early because it's a time difference. So I got to start early about 9 a.m. or something like that. So for him there will be night or something like that.
But if he's in UK, then isn't him,
no, Zoom can go anywhere.
Learn, speak English. How come?
Because his English is big. Chinese boy, English is big.
But they have like English education things, right?
It's expensive.
Uh,
No, it's the price.
he's from.
I must be from Malaysia. You know how he knows how to get someone from Malaysia. Ah, Singapore or UK can go.
He's going UK for.
I'm not sure about it unless I talk to him because he's starting the class on the 7th.
For the first time.
Yeah, for the first time. So I also will going to ask him to take me around UK. I'm going to ask him to carry his laptop and walk around. I'm not sure, so I don't know. I only know UK. His name is Anjo Ong or something like that. Anjoe, and then got Ong, O-N-G, Anjo Ong. Okay, guys. Okay, very good. Let's try the first one. There is so much pollution in that city that is almost, very good, uninhabitable. All right. And number 2, my husband and I filter our water to make it safe to drink. And the third one, the Arctic region have at least what on the planet? Biodiverse on the planet. Or what's your answer?
I think biodiverse or species. Yeah, I'm not sure which.
Species is already used down there already, right? So we cannot use the species again. All right. So you cannot say the Arctic region have the least species and then again the sentence, it is too cold for most species again, right or not? So I think the correct answer is habitat. Yes. Why? The Arctic regions have the least habitat. That means least animals and plants can live there, right? So that's habitat one. All right. So that is your habitat. So the Arctic regions have the least habitat on the planet because it is too cold for most species of plants and animals to live there. Yes. What about number 5? Let's see number 5. You shouldn't have a big fluffy dog if you live in a hot place. They aren't made for that kind of, so you think this one is habitat also? That kind.
Or maybe number 3 we can change to the biodiversity.
Biodiversity, yeah, can also. The Arctic regions have the least biodiversity. Let me have a look back again at the. I'm also not sure. Let me have a look at the words in front and see which one talks about the climate. Habitat, lucrative, cannot, of course.
Make more sense.
Yeah, make more sense. Yeah. And habitat will go down now. Yeah, I can check this later on because I'm not very sure. Yes. Yes. But you can't have the same word there in one. So that one doesn't make sense also. So it either must be habitat or biodiversity. The word should be, in that case, I think we change it to biodiverse. All right. So the Arctic regions have the least biodiversity on the planet because it is too cold for most species of plants and animals to live there. So what about number 4? Definitely lumber. This one is very simple. That's why I don't read also. And number 5, you shouldn't have a big fluffy rock like what you say. I think that kind of habitat is correct. And number 6, Cheryl prefers what to big cruise ships? Yeah, very good. Ecotourism. Ecotourism to big cruise ships because they can have a negative impact on the environment. That's good. Now let's try. Yeah.
It's Cheryl.
Cheryl is a girl.
Yeah. She think the big cruise ships are
yeah, because of pollution. Why she still prefers what?
Prefer the big cruise ships.
No, she doesn't prefer because Cheryl prefers ecotourism, not tourism. Prefers eco. The word eco is in front. Eco means going and walking around and hiking in the jungle and all that. That's what she prefers.
She choose instead of the.
Yes. Correct. Instead of that one. So the small word to there makes the difference already. That is what English is sometimes funny. It brings you somewhere else already. Okay, good. Let's look at B now. Choose the correct word. All right, it tells you there are many species of monkeys, but my favorite is the dusky leaf monkey. So what is that species there? Categories. Categories also means types. Many different types of monkeys. And let's try number 2. Humboldt County is home to the tallest trees in the world, and the people there have been protesting against deforestation for decades. So what is the deforestation? Yeah, of course, it is something to do with cutting down of trees. Okay, right. So just give me a minute. Okay. All right, so that is done. And let's try, yeah, cutting down trees is right. And next one, Kelly decided it was time to what? To close a flower shop because it wasn't lucrative anymore. Yeah, it wasn't making money anymore. You can't say it wasn't losing money anymore. So that will be all completely opposite already. Okay, right. Okay, so that is correct. And let's try the next one. I was reluctant to go to Suprita's wedding because I knew my ex-boyfriend would be there. However, he didn't show up and I had a great time. Unwilling, correct. And number 5, I hated that modern painting in my parents' room until I looked at it from a different perspective. Yeah, angle, perspective becomes angle now. And number 6, it breaks my heart that giant pandas are endangered. So what is endangered? Yes, very good. Definitely at risk of disappearing. Okay, good. That's that. All right. Now, because let's go and have a look. We still have time. Let's have a look at this grammar review a little bit. All right. I'm sure you know there actually grammar, there's all sorts of grammars. From basic grammars, you have to learn grammar in detail and all that. Actually, sometimes it takes a long time for you to understand the whole lot of grammar. The whole lot of grammar. Actually, speaking is easy. Speaking English is easy because you see, even the Bangla fellow from Bangladesh has never spoken Bahasa Malaysia, suddenly can come to Malaysia, 1 week time they can speak Malay already. Very easy. How did they learn? Because learning a language is easy because you listen, you see you hear the pronunciation, and you see what words are there, and then you tend to use that thing. I also know a few Chinese words which I listen from people talking only. I didn't go for any course or whatever it is in Mandarin or Chinese or what, nothing. Just listen to people. We especially learn all the bad words first. Yeah, any language is the same thing. Because I used to hear Chinese people are yes, yes. So don't ever spoil my future here. Terrible, huh? Then boss will call me in and say, "What are you trying to do?" I can tell him I'm practicing my Chinese. No problem. Okay, right. Why is the aircon like a bit hot like that? Do you feel guys feel hot? No, you feel cold? No, because the temperature 24. Yes, I always bring it down to 19. Maybe I'm a warm-blooded animal or what, I don't know. Raining outside. No, no aircon in the house. Not say no aircon in the house. I don't like to put aircon in the house. You know what happened? Because if you put aircon and sleep, I find both my noses get blocked. Because of the cold thing, in the morning can get blocked, both the nose. Dangerous. Tomorrow morning, no, sir, Rajan. Die already. See ya. Yeah. See? Okay, I just put down 2 on it down. That means 24 went to 21. Okay, let's try this one, the grammar review. We are going to talk about comparative and superlative adjective. But before you go there, you must understand what is an adjective. An adjective is very simply An adjective describes a what? It describes a noun. All right, an adjective, it describes a noun. Like when you talk about Sean, if you say Sean is a handsome boy, the word handsome there is an adjective. Boy is a noun. All right, so that is a adjective like that. That's how it works. He's going to get jealous. Yeah, I think he's more handsome than you. Yeah, I better tell him that. Otherwise, he might get angry. All right. I'm jealous whenever he comes. You know.
We are the handsome boy in the different age group. Right?
Oh, yes, yes.
He's gonna trick you down the stairs.
Okay, right. But I got another class. I won't follow him down. So I escape. Okay, right. Let's continue, guys.
Old handsome boy. I'm the
Where got such thing? Old handsome. This guy is going crazy already. Old handsome boy. Blah. All right. I'm already old man. You guess my age.
you told us.
Yeah.
Told us before.
Is it? Yeah. You see, when I ask some of the students in the class, they say I'm only 45. Some say I'm 48. Some say I'm 50 plus only. Yes, but when I tell them my age, they get shocked. They get shocked because they are wondering how I can keep myself so young. I think because of a lot of coming to class and talking, and I laugh with the students and enjoy my class and all that. I'm not the type to come and then just go off or what. I feel that I enjoying myself in this teaching this thing. It's not that I like to actually part with my knowledge, share my knowledge with the students and all those things. That's why you can see I talk a lot about current issues. Now my wife also come to me. If she doesn't know any information, she come and ask me. See, I say, now you see, you want to ask me. Catch her, man. Because she don't like me because she think I'm a politician. Of course, always she want to win one. Women are like that. You ask him, he's married. Women won't give in. They won't say that you are right. They won't come to you and say, oh, I think you are right just now. No such thing as I'm sorry also. When you get married, Celia, oh, that's I tell you, that is what you will suffer from them. You must know how to actually manipulate them. Otherwise, very difficult. Very, very difficult. Because whatever you do, they'll tell you it's wrong. You never do this.
You got a happy wife, you got a happy life.
Yes. You know, every time when I go back home, I used to wash all the plates, whatever is lying there or what. You see, like my class difference got time difference, right? When I go back, you wash up and all those things and all that. No? One day I eat and put there. She said, why you never wash the plate?
I see a talk show. The guy said if you get a good woman, your wife, it's gonna be a dog, it's like a dog. So if you get a good woman, you get Barbie doll. If you get a bad woman, you're gonna get Annabella.
Yeah, so something like that. But this one sometimes sometimes they have this theory of whether you love the girl more or the girl loves you more. This one is very difficult because some people say that if the girl loves you more, better she will do things for you. But if you fall in love with her, half base for you. She will twist you around and squeeze you like dry. Yeah. That's what women do to you.
So
which one am I in? But but in beginning time, beginning time I was like go crazy like that. That means when in my younger days. Now, like you want to go anywhere, you want to go do this or do that, it's your problem. I got class to go. So you saw the point or not? So now don't care already. It's not an issue. Yeah. But when she don't come back home in time, I get a bit like upset like that, trying to find out where she is and all that. Because sometimes she want to go somewhere, she never tell or whatever it is. But safety is important also because she still, whatever it is, no matter what, is still my wife. So I don't want her anything bad to happen to her. So even when we are old also, I think the important thing is family is important. Why? The children look up to you. The children like you, parents are important. If parents are quarreling in the house, means how your life will be. Your life will be miserable in the family, right? So that's the same thing also. So my children always like to come back home. They like to talk to us, like to talk to father and mother. Yeah, so that is what they love doing. Whenever go holiday, they take a bus also and come back home and all those things. Okay, let's carry on, guys. You see, already 22, already 8 minutes left only. All right. Let's try. So it tells you, first one, let's look at the function. It says comparative. You see the meaning of the comparative there. A comparative adjective allows you to compare two nouns or pronouns. So look at the example. Dobby is cuter than Snowball. What is Dobby? Of course, name of a dog. All right. So they are trying to compare two dogs with one another. So Dobby is cuter than Snowball. So this one using comparative adjective. So your cuter there is the comparative adjective. But you see the next one is a superlative. A superlative adjective is used to compare what? Not one now, but at least three nouns or pronouns. Just now is either compare two nouns or pronouns, but here it is three and more. All right. So out of all the 5 puppies in the pet store, Dobby is the cutest. So you can't say Dobby is the cuter. So it must be the cutest, EST. Right? And second example sentence, Dobby is the cutest puppy in the pet store. So you see, this one helps you in your sentence construction. This one helps you in your sentence construction. Now let's go and have a look at B. It says comparative adjectives. How do you form comparative adjectives? Adjectives with one syllable. What is the meaning of one syllable, 2 syllable, 3 syllable, or 4 syllable? It depends on a word. You see, like for example, the word tall, one syllable only. Tall, one syllable, one sound only, that means. All right. But when you use a Malay word like saya, 2 syllable. Sa is one, ya is one. Saya. So here also same thing. English also same thing. Like fever. Fee is one syllable. Ver is another syllable. So got 2 syllables in the word. So that is how they change the EST or IER or ER. So one syllable, your adjective plus the ER. So my brother is taller than my father. So use taller. See, sometimes you get stuck. You don't know whether to use EST or taller or what. This is the theory. This is the theory of how you use the ER and when you use the EST and all those things. So if you understand this, your grammar becomes a little bit more easier. All right. So 2 syllables ending in a Y. You have an adjective. What do? You throw away the Y changes to a I, and then you add a ER also. So you say, Claudia is happier than her sister. See the happy, Y throw away, add a I, and then add ER also. Claudia is happier than her sister. Next, 2 syllables, but not ending in a Y. Just now, the first one, 2 syllables, but ending in Y, like happy. Now, not ending in a Y. Now, what must you do? You must use a more. You must add a more plus your adjective. Like, for example, Brad Pitt is more famous than Matt Damon. All right. And the last one, 3 or more syllables. Again, you use your more plus your adjective. So you say, Paris is more beautiful than my hometown. So you use more beautiful. So you don't say beautifuler because there's no such word as beautifuler and beautifulest. All right. So you say more beautiful. More famous, no famouser and famouser also. So that is how you do it. So now next page. All right. What do you have in the next page? Superlative adjectives. So it says superlative adjectives start with 1 syllable again. You have the form. Here use the plus your adjective plus your EST. Example, Tom is the oldest person in the room. You don't say Tom is the older person in the room, but you must have an EST, the oldest. All right. And if you see, this is where sometimes when you write, you tend to leave out the and say, Tom is oldest person in the room. Why you need the here? Because you are forming the syllable down here. We are making a superlative adjective. That is why when you express this, you say the oldest. Especially, you want to say who is the oldest. Tom is the oldest. All right. Next one, 2 syllables ending in I. Again, you use the plus the adjective and the Y changes to an I. And then you need to add EST at the back. All right. New York is the muggiest city I've ever visited. Before you ask me, let me explain what is mugging and what is muggiest. All right. If you go to New York, if you're not careful, you go to the black areas and all that, they will come with a knife at the back of you and ask you for all your money. All right. That is called mugging. All right. That is called mugging. They won't harm you, but they will ask you for money and everything. All right. So this is New York, very, very rampant, the black areas especially, because they are so poor. Anybody walks past, they will demand for money. All right. So it is called the muggiest city I've ever visited. All right. And the next one, two syllables not ending in a Y now. Again, you use the, but you introduce most now. Most plus your adjective. August is the most humid month of the month. So there's no such thing as humid year or humidus. No such thing. So August is the most humid month of the year. Humid means hot, huh? And three or more syllables, again the and most plus adjective. Jack is the most interesting person I know. All right. So you cannot say Jack is very interesting person I know. So the most interesting person I know. All right. See, all this helps in your sentence structure. That is why very, very important. So let's try and go and do the little bit of practice that you have at the back, at the bottom there, before you guys can go back. He tells you write sentences using the words provided and also the comparative and superlative form of the adjective. See the example there. He says Brian, kind, Sophia. So when you change it, it becomes Brian is kinder than Sophia. All right, let's try number 2. The Amazon River short the Nile River. So very simple. The Amazon River is shorter than the Nile River. You must have then, because you're comparing. The Amazon River is shorter than the Nile River. When you're comparing, you must use THAN, not THEN. All right, THEN you use in a different context. For comparison, THAN. Don't forget that. There are two different things. One is AN, the other one is EN. All right. Then is used for, after this, then what are you going to do? That is then. You understand? This then is comparing. This girl is prettier than the other girl, then THAN. So especially comparison, use a then. Okay, let's try number 2. Working in the lumber industry, lucrative waiting tables at a restaurant. So Sean, you want to try this?
I'll try.
Mm.
The number is more lucrative.
Why Gotiva? It's more lucrative.
It's more lucrative than waiting tables at the restaurant.
Yeah, very good. Now it's correct. Working in the lumber industry is more lucrative. It's more lucrative than waiting tables at a restaurant. So number 3, maybe Lee can try it. The Amazon rainforest.
The Amazon rainforest is the most biodiverse.
Very good, very good. The Amazon rainforest is the most biodiverse, not diversity, is the most biodiverse region in the world. You must include in at the back also. No, not has and all that. So it must be the Amazon rainforest. They're not talking to you about the has. Here is the Amazon rainforest is the most, because we are using this adjective practice. Is the most biodiverse region in the world. Number 4, cruise ships. Yeah, Sean.
Is damaging. No.
You see, you got plural, right? Ships. So is must change to what? Cruise ships are the most damaging to the planet's ecotourism. So cruise ships are the most damaging to the planet's ecotourism. Yeah, comparative. Then what do you want to do? How do you want to do it then?
But cruise ships are more damaging to the planet than.
Oh yeah, you want to change the more to most to more, right? Yeah. I think you are right down there. Correct. You are right. So you cannot use most. Must be more. So cruise ships are more damaging to the planet's ecotourism. So more damaging, not most damaging. Okay, right. And number 5, Brazil, big country, South America.
Brazil is the biggest country.
This one is the same. Big become biggest. So no most biggest or most more biggest. So Brazil is the biggest country in South America. All right. Okay, got it, guys. Is there anything else? No, the back only discussion. But yes.
More, is it acceptable to use ing after the word more or the
must change it to ing. Damage must become ing, damaging, because the sentence structure changes. The sentence structure changes.
I think because the damaging in here is used as adjective. It's not
It's adjective, and also you're using another part of the thing which is called gerunds. Gerunds, you have two with something else down there, two with a verb, or something like that. So gerunds use two. So that is the reason why this one changes to damaging. So you cannot say to damage. Damage becomes sentence structure becomes different down there. All right. Okay. So we stop here and see you guys in the next class. So I think you better try to come as often as possible, because I don't know how many times I've seen you. I like to see your face.
What about mine?
But you're always going to level 2, I think. Huh?
Because the systems are with voice.
Oh, I thought you wanted to go to level 2.
No, I don't.
No.
But they solve the.
Oh, they solved the problem, huh?
for the class
For what? For level 3?
Yeah.
No, it's open every day. What?
every day.
Yeah.
And set one day.
Ah.
Physical class.
Physical class is every day. What? I'm coming here every day. What?
For Sunday, it's like
Tomorrow is Thaipusam, so it's closed. Of course, when you're working, you can't come. Definitely, you cannot come.
Usually I come on Sunday.
Can, no problem.
Sunday I play badminton with my friends.
Yeah, because you are, of course, you are young, you have your plans and all that. Otherwise, yeah, that's one way of letting out steam.
No online class.
Online class only for one-to-one. One-to-one means some students, they one teacher with one student. So I think that one, the payment is a bit different or something. Yeah, you have to speak to the advisors.
I'll think you know often after next.
Oh, that's good.
Because I think the next. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you. All right. Bye-bye. Oh, you're waving to this guy, huh? Okay, good. Yeah, I think I'll stop it for a while. Yes.